Mirage, already seeds of doubt sown as to how much Na'Vi has played it, but of course it does seem to have an affinity for them. We're going to be transitioning into game, and it's going to be the most awkward moment as we get this pistol started. GG.bet given Na'Vi the edge.
I'm ready and raring to go here, Alex. So we're set up for a bit of a B hit right now. You can see Naf has his utility lined up, the same for Twist. There's only one player over towards the B site right now, and that's going to be Perfecto. He's actually positioned over towards Catwalk, so if this hit comes in, it might be a retake. He doesn't want to hang around and fight. Flashes, nades, they come over, and he's actually going to stick around.
Okay, already seeing Stewie open up with a couple, and I'm not in game, so this is going to be delayed casting. Chad, take the pistol.
Yeah, I've got this one, mate. Don't you worry about that. So the bomb goes down on the B bomb site. Stewie over towards Kitchen, trying to dissuade, and the boost at Catwalk right now. So up and over the smoke will be simple. They have flashes for this on Boomich as well as the kit. So we're going to come down to the timing of this retake. 4 on 5, it's a difficult one. Na'Vi now rotting down the clock here. Through Kitchen, Flamey takes his jewel. He's unable to get anything done. It finally finds a frag. Boomich gets the trade. Electronic onto Twist, and now it's a 2-on-2. That kit is still in Boomich's hands, but Grim, he's taken down Boomich, and it's just going to leave Electronic, the last man standing.
Now back in business, and it does seem to be a bit of a problem now. That bomb's ticked way too much. Electronic, yeah, it's all right. A bit of damage, but he's going down with this ship. Grim seals the deal. Liquid take the pistol, finish on B, and good to see Grim finding some early frags, finding an early footing. Let's not forget that he was brought into this roster to be a firepower upgrade in the ranks in pursuit of glory. They were always kind of sick of the podium finishes. They were chasing that #1 spot. Believe firepower's the answer. And it's been a bumpy road since. 1-0 though, and we do see Na'Vi going for the Force.
Yeah, I think Nitro was definitely the glue man of this team, right? Probably did a lot behind the scenes that the community would be unfamiliar with. So his loss has definitely been felt for Liquid within 2020, but regardless, they're here on European soil and it's the final tournament of the year. Maybe they can get an upset victory here over Na'Vi to put themselves in the playoffs alongside of Big. This will be the full-on Force. Simple saving some residual cash, but it's been dropped across a scout here. That one's gifted over thanks to Electronic, who's up close and personal towards the A ramp. And this one's quite a slow-tempered start from Liquid. They're not going for any early mid-control smokes and enforcing the issue. They're just waiting for an early push from Na'Vi here, cutting as many sound cues as possible. The window smoke from Elige getting set up, and Grim ready to smoke off towards Connector.
They call this one the Momo Special.
I wonder if they do have any Jason Mozo Tool-inspired strategies. Oh, okay. That nade's going to hurt. Stewie cops that one on the dome. In response, lobs out a Molotov and a HE. Looks like they're going for a bit of an A split.
Here? What are you flirting with? Twists, he's been heard, and that's a Galil. He better be aware of this. Jumping down, pin pulled, and Electronic can punish a Galil. Oh dear, ramp being held. There's a great flash, but there is still an Electronic threat. Nice fragging. Again, Grim fills the feed, and it is only going to be a Flamey and Simple. No threat from the Galil now. That can be retrieved, and this round can slow down. Alicia's low.
Well, there's a chance here, though. They've just picked up the bomb, so by the time he gets to the site, there's going to be about 15 seconds.
Well, they're right to swap the bomb over to the healthiest. Naf has to get across here.
The scout will still kill him.
No, he gets across. Thank God they swapped it. Now he can plant. Everyone's low. This is just almost setting the stage for the Simple Scout show. Flamey's there as well, our flashbang. And that's another tag?
Yeah,
the mask checks out, and he's going to back a piece out. Bouncing around. That's unlucky.
Yeah, is he hanging around? He wants to do some more damage. Simple's not done yet.
He could wallbang a cheeky Naf. Looks like he's going to try and
he's just hanging around.
Ooh. Naf's on the retreat now.
Wow. Liquid are very lucky to get away with this one. Yeah. I was just expecting Simple to pull off a headshot onto Naf as he crosses there, because the whole time I'm just looking at the fact that Grim has a smoke. I'm like, are they going to throw it? Where are they going to throw it? Are they going to make sure that they can cross in this situation? I was expecting a huge calamity to unfold right there in favor of Na'Vi. Unfortunately, it will be the 2-0 for Liquid, and they'll get away with another buy round here. So upgrading into a couple more AK-47s, the utility's looking good, and now Na'Vi will just have this save scout from Simple. They can upgrade into a couple of P250s if they would like. Loss bonus going into the next round will be that $2,900, so plenty of money for a buy going into round number 4. Will just be a light smattering. Couple of HEs in the mix here. Early one from Flamey. Yeah, nice. Got a chip damage right there.
Yeah, min-maxing. Going to be trying to get those extra 2 nades converted into similar targets, and suddenly those P250s and scouts can pack a punch.
Yeah, this should be...
I know, Chad, but let me say it.
Yeah.
Let me say it.
This is where they're starting to lose a bit of info early, though. So the fact that they've audaciously pushed up behind Simple's scout, Perfecto can be left. He's even dropping back. They could start hedging their bets, Na'Vi. They don't have a flash to pounce out with. They still have these 2 HEs remaining on Boomich and Simple. So if they cluster up around Connector or potentially Tetris, they might be able to get themselves a cheeky kill here.
Oh,
there goes the Natus Simple.
Bait that nicely, I think. Yeah, nice. Baits it out just through patience. And 60 seconds, Liquid start to make plenty of noise upon their arrival. Into the site they go. Stewie's having a bit of a duel with Boomich, and that's the frag they needed. Elige again doubles up nicely, and just Perfecto. No issues, no casualties. This is actually the perfect start for Team Liquid here on their map pick.
Yeah, nice and clean. The fact they're not giving away too many casualties. They had a sketchy round just before, but they've recovered from that. They went with a similar approach. Bit of a clamp down onto A, using that connected position, so conditioning Na'Vi early to show that mid-presence is something that they're gunning for. Perfecto has the scout. It's not really worth too much, that close range. Naf will finish him off with the UMP. And now there's the option for Team Liquid, if they want to hold on to this skill of Twist and that UMP of Naf to go for something a little bit more execute heavy. They could go for a bit of a B pounce or straight into one of the A set pieces. But the buy will be coming through for Na'Vi, and it just looks like Simple will be bringing out that AWP straight away. M4s for the rest of them. And no defuse kit going into the first gun round. So problems for Na'Vi if the bomb goes down. Let's keep our eyes on a post-plant situation. 3 straight away over towards B holes. Elige selling a bit of a fake over towards middle. And there is early B presence, so we can see tucked in aggressively will be Grim. Meanwhile, over towards A, Boomich, he's getting inquisitive towards the A ramp. So early info for both sides here, but Team Liquid look like they're more than happy to put on the brakes. More mid-presence from Stewie here, and you can see the setup on the radar in your top left, just how passive Na'Vi are playing off of middle. Close towards A ramp, watching mid from Ticket. 2 players passive on that B site. They're very vulnerable to a split right here. The rotations will be miles away to either bomb site.
So they've got a lot of extra control as the smoke fades. Look at that. 2 tucked into ladder room. Bombs on the back of Twist, so he's tucked in there too. Doesn't mean they're committed to B necessarily, can pivot. That's a 3-man lean from Na'Vi onto A. If Liquid start to, and it does seem they are, lean B, only 2 members of Na'Vi that will have a voice in this round. Perfecto and Flamey about to be tested. And it's already a good flying colors for Perfecto. A first, needs a second, Flamey can't provide, and that should be the save call.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of this if Na'Vi are going to opt to give up so much room there. Liquid, they just got the territory they needed, went back, and if they traded efficiently like they did, the bomb site was always going to be theirs. There's no information for Na'Vi throughout that round.
Did you see the nonsense Naf was doing as well in their opening game as well? Like the nuke wall bang, the inferno wall bang. The dude's looking nasty.
That's good to see. Nasty ass Naf. We haven't seen him in a while.
I like how British you were with your ass there.
Yeah, but the thing is, in Australia, I don't even know how we say it. Because
I say nasty ass. I guess it's an Americanism, but it just feels right.
I've never really known where to land. I guess my English is broken up between the American and the English. I
saw Americans change the spelling of aesthetic so it doesn't have the A because they kept spelling it wrong. I didn't realize that. I saw Elon Musk tweet aesthetic with like an E. It's the ugliest looking word I've ever seen.
They've changed a lot of the English language. They've butchered it. They've really butchered it. And shout out to all the American viewers tuning in to watch.
Yo, what's up?
Right now.
Good morning.
We love you guys.
What time is it? I don't know.
It's gonna be about midday. I guess it depends on what side of the states you're on. But
I hope you're having a lovely lemonade and enjoying the Counter-Strike.
Well, that save from Na'Vi will facilitate another buy, so that's good news.
Molly, that might stop something. I'm intrigued. No. Electronics jumped through it though. Maybe that's supposed to bait him in. Either way, no window smoke, and we are going to see a pop flash that could punish. No one's there, though, and Twist's just given the responsibility of caging this animal that is Electronic. And, well, speak of it, he's held it perfectly. Taps the head of Electronic, and CT aggression from Na'Vi. They dip their toe in that water, and, well, it's a bit too cold. They've lost a player.
Yeah, so there was a lot of space given to Electronic there. It was clear that Liquid were ready for an aggressive push just by the positions that we saw across the map. And now that they have the number advantage, they can just retool, and it looks like they're jigging back up towards A. All 5 members over towards Palace and A ramp. setting up their smokes and flashes now, and they still have a bucket load to work with. Heaps of flashes, Molotovs for 4 of their players, plenty of smokes as well. And at this stage, Na'Vi have to take another bit of a gamble, and that's over towards mid this time. It's the wrong call. A's been left open.
Let's go. Okay, Molotovs will not stop Boomich. He's going to have to try and disrupt this. And that was his chance. Stewie may have called it. Can't stop the plant, can he? He does. Knocks it out of Twist's hands. He's made it a 4v4. This gets awkward now. Liquid.
They're out of nades now.
They have to mid-round it. This is all about individual prowess now. The utility's gone, but the bomb is down. 2 from CT.
Yeah, this is doable. There's a kid on Perfecto, but it's all going to come down to this fight on Stewie. They need to get this cleanly. Running out of time.
It's simple in all of this. Still in jungle. Are they flirting with a save shot? Not now. Perfecto's found an opening. Here they go, flooding into the site. It's pretty late. Survival integral. Naf does damage. Grim does too. Flamey's there though. And it is going to be Liquid's 5th. They successfully convert another.
Yeah, they were lucky they got that bomb down very quickly. So Stewie crossing straight over towards CT spawn on their execute and having control there meant even though Boomich pushed and found that cheeky kill, they could still get that bomb down safely. And a lot of these options are, if you're planning in open, that means you need to have connector and jungle smoked off so you can't die. Boomich found the gap, but they found another avenue to get that down. And because they had so much room, they weren't really being pushed around by utility. They weren't getting spammed through the smokes, forced into awkward positions. Na'Vi didn't have a lot of information on that retake either, other than the fact that the entire bomb site was given up. It was always going to be a difficult task. And now we're currently 0-5 down for Na'Vi. Yet to frag, simple. That's not something we say every day of the week.
That's why I felt like I hadn't said his name much.
Okay,
There's been no reason to.
Yeah, they've taken a timeout, and this might just be to calm things down. They have enough to justify a buy, especially considering this is Na'Vi. Simple with 6k and his bank balance will be going into the AWP. Couple of Famises in the mix for the likes of Boomich and Electronic. No kit yet again. Na'Vi, they might need to try and do something a bit more coordinated as a team here to find themselves an opening pick, just to give themselves an early advantage.
And Simple gracefully puts himself in prime position to hold middle. Now, Liquid, they haven't at any point gone for a lackadaisical just walk into middle. This feels like a risk. The flash pops, but so does Elige. Simple pulls the trigger before the nade does. And now we've got an advantage for Na'Vi. I haven't seen one of these in the opening stages all too often. Stewie's lingering around the B smoke. Don't think this duel from Perfecto is going to be given, though.
I think the B can definitely be a bit of a weak point over here. We've seen it get tested in previous iterations of Na'Vi, back when I think they had Zeus holding this site. If they're able to trade efficiently onto Perfecto, even if they give themselves a 3-on-4 situation, that's still good enough. The bomb's all the way back towards T-spawn still, and there's a minute on the clock. So Liquid, there's no real indication where they want to finish just yet. Look at all the utility they're rocking with as well. If they wanted to go for an execute, they more than truly could. Liquid's just smoked out towards mid. They'll land in towards window. This looks like an A split coming 2 through connector, 2 through the A ramp.
This hinges on how can you shut Simple's AWP down. I like that smoke. Means they can take the jungle fight. There's a flash, buys some time for the duel, but Electronic's won his, and Stewie's gone too. Good shutdown from Electronic. That FAMAS working well, and Simple's here to put the cream on the top of the cake. There it is. Na'Vi find their first of the defensives and, well, of the entire series.
Yeah, and Simple's found his first kills as well, so that's a good start. Finally, they take a timeout, they get a round on the board, and now Na'Vi have a chance to post a second. Now, they need to start stringing a couple together here. A crazy bank hasn't been built from Team Liquid at this juncture, and now they've just been gifted that 1,400 loss bonus. So they're not operating with a huge amount of cash, but if they can continue to get control of the site and plant, they can always be threatening in future rounds. But getting back underway, they could go for a pace change, and it looks like they're setting up for a very, very early A execute here. This is great. They've normally been quite slow, quite defaulty across the map. This pounce might not be ready.
Oh, thank God Grim's here. Fills the feed before Boomich does twice. Pressure now. Lots of those suppressing flashbangs, but Flamey hits a cracker. Full blind through a smoke. Headshot. Not supposed to be for Grim this round, I suppose. Twist has got a big duel here. Does tuck in. He's got to find Flamey. And Flamey's just finding everyone. This time he had more vision. Oh, but Na'Vi executing. Just Twists. Only the one for him. And it will be Na'Vi stringing together some consecutive defensive rounds, recovering 2 AK-47s as well.
All right, just picking up any of the leftover goodies, any nades, flashes, anything they can get their hands on. That AWP will be carried through for Simple as well. So sitting pretty an RV now. Scoreline 5-2. With that plant, Liquid will be able to get another buy on the board. And that pace change, that's one of the cool things that you can do if you start a half really slow, right? If you start slow and you're winning those rounds, you're conditioning Na'Vi to think that, hey, they're probably just going to go for more of this default spread. They tried to change the pace, go for something a little bit more direct. And
they weren't ready for Boomage, to be honest.
No, and look, Flamey getting that freebie through the smoke as well, that completely hinders their approach. But it looks like they're going for the same again. Straight back over towards A.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Boomage isn't doing it again. That molly will fade, and off Naf's flash, they're going to give it a go. Boomage, will you go into Palace? He's going to try. He heads in, locked out. He's still a threat, though. They're flooding into CT. Flamey still had his nades in his hands. He was not ready for that. And now the bomb's already going down. Twists, make sure of that. There's even a re-smoke. Boomage's Palace push is being held. This is great stuff from Liquid and Elige.
It might have to be a safe call. How do you get back in? You've lost CT. They've already got your halls. That was the only pressure point that they had was Boomage alive in halls, and he's been taken care of already. So you can see just how passive Na'Vi are being in this situation.
The audacity.
Yeah, look.
To do it again, Chad.
Yeah, and it's the pace change, right? That's the thing. You're doubling down. Will they expect it again? Well, not this time. So much room taken. I just love that direct nature as well. Flamey caught off guard. I can only imagine how frustrating that would be to come around the corner and see two Ts already well and truly in your face. The bomb will go off. It's a clean sweep for Liquid here. They've kept all 5 members alive, and just that direct approach. We might now see the game start tracking in a whole new direction. It really depends on how Stewie wants to call here, because Na'Vi have lost to the slow stuff. They've lost to these more pouncy-based executes, and they might start taking a couple more risks now. One of those risks is bringing out the double AWP, so Flamey's actually upgraded into the second. I got Flamey on the screen just there, having a bit of a chat with some of his compadres. I'm sure that didn't go down as intended. You got the GG.bet odds at the top of your screen, still favoring Na'Vi here. Here's Simple looking for another pick towards middle. Standard utility smoke towards top mid, Molotov towards connector, and now it looks like they're setting up for a B piece. There's 4 players already leaning over towards that side of the map.
Just keeping Na'Vi guessing. I love the variety of their playbook at the moment here on the T side of Mirage. And if it posts them 9, you know, they're staying competitive in a map that Yanko highlighted is strong for Na'Vi, albeit underplayed.
Yeah, Mirage is always a weird one with Na'Vi. I think it's because, especially on the T side, they get themselves into these weird buying patterns, and I feel like it's a hard map to pull off some miracle rounds, especially time and time again. But regardless, it is a more forward stance in middle here. Simple on Cat, opening towards top mid. Electronic burrowed on down. A hard angle to clear, not something you'd be expecting. Your eyes are going to be more drawn towards that connector position. This run boost could be great, though. Oh, he's across.
He has no idea. And Electronic goes down. Stewie. That's quite the catch, and they nearly catch Simple. He's flashed. 50 HP. Molly replacing him. He'll smoke on top to try and maintain control, but it's too late. They've got some pace here. Flamey has an AWP, though, and it's found the header. Grim. Stewie still handing out haircuts. Maybe there's a round here. 2 kills so far. Good point. 30 seconds. This is awkward as hell. The bomb is top mid. Do Na'Vi know that, though?
Doesn't look like it. They could even pivot towards B here. Stewie can cut off the rotations.
Aiming it, and that's just the awareness of the world's best. Still not out of the woods, though. They are heavy rotating towards A. Elige will be able to plant B. I say with bated breath. There is now Perfecto moving back towards the site he was tasked with. I think he's got time.
He's definitely heard this now, surely. Well, they're chasing. They're straight in.
Are they walking? There's a timer on this. No, they're not. Elige. Paranoia sets in. No, he holds his nerve. Holds the line. Steps. A little bit of sound cue action. Okay, first duel was Perfecto, and that's enough. It will be Na'Vi's third. Nice shots from Stewie, but there was no follow-up from his compadres.
It almost worked out better for Liquid there. I felt if they continued onto the A site, if they had the bomb, they were going to be clamped down again because of that A ramp pressure once more. So it could have been much worse than the fact that they get the plant here will facilitate yet another buy, keeping them just in that threshold. Could even start bringing out a T-side at AWP if they would like. There is money to do that with, but as I can see, they're going for the 5 AK-47s again. It's a good way to find the opening there from Liquid. Obviously, they weren't aware of that setup from Electronic and Simple, but they're able to punish it. Double AWPs retained. Flamey and Simple still holding on to those. We get back underway as Electronic... Ooh, okay. Reconsiders the jump here.
And I think they're paranoid of a fast Stewie. And they're right to be, because he's flying through flames and flashes to tuck himself in. And look at Electronic, he has to be paranoid now. There's potential for that. He heard the flame sound cue. He doesn't know how far he disrespected the flame. Now already into B. A tag, Grim wing clipped. But he's still shooting damage into Simple. Perfecto does well, so does Simple. Finding Grim, finishing the job. He will burn though. And now with Naf's frag, there's an equal stead. 3v3, Nade does good damage. Twist has got a duel with Electronic, but that's an afterplant now. Naf could get naded down, even down to 4 HP. If he could just take one with him. If he could just take one, it's winnable. He halves Boomich's health. Flamey from Kitchen. Hard duel against the AWP, baits the shot. Electronic. Peppered. This is awkward. Stewie, though, baited in. He gets himself one. He needs two more, though. Missed shot from Flamey. Adjusts. It's not enough. They have the kits. They have the time. It will be another Na'Vi success on the B retake.
Well, it's labored, right? The fact that Liquid continue to get this site presence and control means that Na'Vi are never really going to get a chance to hugely break the economy. We've just had a tech pause called here, so...
Yeah, Chad, can I just ask for you to spend 30 seconds of this tech pause talking to them on your own while I run to the bathroom? I know it's embarrassing, but I forgot.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. I can definitely get that one through for everybody. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, in recent times, these tech pauses, we've stopped talking about the video game in front of you. So I'll bring you some of the highlights of today's match. It was Heroic versus Furia. It was an elimination match in case you missed it. And in that game, it went all three. Now, the middle map is probably the only one, if you're going to go back and watch it on the replay, that you should spend your time doing. It was a very exciting game on Nuke. It was triple overtime. You had KDM popping off after he wins a crazy 1-on-2 situation from the hut. But Heroic, unfortunately, they were eliminated by Furia, who have kept their head above water. Now, what that means for this matchup is the loser of Na'Vi versus Team Liquid will be playing Furia tomorrow. We already have our first decider match for tomorrow going on down, and that will be Vitality taking on the likes of Astralis. One of those two teams will not be making it through to the playoffs, both having lost to a big earlier in the tournament. And I'll let you guys know as soon as this one is getting ready and raring to get back underway. Just waiting for one player to rejoin the server. Just to recap. Oh, here he comes. Alex is back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about that.
Did you miss me?
I was just telling him what happened earlier today and kind of what happens with the loser of this game. Oh, yeah. So we got some banger matches tomorrow, right? We've got Astralis versus Vitality as the opening match of the day. That one, Frankie, Hugo, and Harry will be bringing you. And
what time do I need to set my alarm for that?
I think that match starts at 4. So, yeah. Here's the bracket on screen for everybody. So this is what we're looking at here. Na'Vi had that opening victory against Furia. Liquid upsetting Heroic in that game. That set us up for this winner bracket match right here. And then the lower bracket match, we were just talking about that one. And I think that Furia today, they were looking a little bit more, I want to say aggressive. I know that seems ridiculous when we're talking about Furia, but like Yuri was taking a lot of space on Nuke. It looked like a very confident looking Furia today. I don't know how I feel about the Heroic performance. I think that I just want to chalk it up to a good performance from the Brazilian boys.
I think so too. Yeah, no, I mean, the Fakey boys were coming. Just Brazilian barbecue tonight.
Yeah, their bus got a bit of a flat tire, I think, on the way.
But I mean, yeah, I think it's been a mixed bag for Heroic. I think that there was some incredibly high highs, but also to see them showing some resilience in the obviously adversity upon the ESL One Cologne Trophy being lifted. To be in the top 8 of the world and competing amongst these names is certainly a big step for them. Of course, if you'd visualize that in January for the Heroic roster.
Yeah, that was quite the thing, right? Because we did that review show where we looked back at it. Heroic, they started the year with Esatag and Snappy on the team, and then they had that whole FPX drama, and then they retooled the lineup, and then they started looking fantastic. And it's the same stuff with like Vitality. Vitality are now considered the best team in the world. They started the year with their in-game leader leaving after Katowice. And then Apex had to take over the role, and they brought in a rookie. But we're back underway, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being patient. This looks like a pacey round. This is a fast B split.
This Counter-Strike is exhilarating. Elite is swinging into B and keeping Perfecto very busy. Oh, good shooting. He's taken off that duel, and, well, Simple's having no issues with Stewie either on the A lurk. Doesn't get to do too much with it, nor Liquid. This is an armored CZ, and Grim with some precision.
Nice shot.
There is a flurry of CTs, and he's actually just picking them off one by one. Get a fresh clip, give him another go. 12 more bullets, 3 more opponents. He's just flicking everywhere. Pushing another guy. Go on, Grim, son. Just takes 3 weapons away from Na'Vi, makes it as costly as he could.
All right, well, that was some nice shooting right there. Unfortunately for him, he's only getting the $100 kill reward for every single one of those frags.
Right? I mean, it's more just of trying to punish the bloodlust, you know?
Yeah. I think as well, the damage that they've done on a round like that, they weren't able to, you know, get that bomb down. But all in all, 3 kills is fantastic work from Grim. Some reinvestments from Na'Vi now as the double orbs and then Org for Electronic is in the mix. Now Liquid still maintain the lead, 6-5 at this juncture, but that could quickly slip away from them. Na'Vi could seal this one up with 9 on the half. Lots of flashes mid. That was a lot of flashbangs.
As soon as they dissipate, he takes a little peek. Nothing home. Warning shot fired. Simple is scouting the perimeter. They will drop the smoke, makes sense. As the other fades, they start their progress. Flamey, this double up setup, this is what Na'Vi have been looking to set up. Flamey holds and supports from A. Smoked off though. Liquid have they've got all their fundamentals down. It's neat, it's tidy. But it has been quite quiet on the Liquid T side these last 3 rounds. In fact, even expanding that, the last 6, 5 of them have gone Na'Vi's way.
So once again, Liquid have mid control, right? Vent room, they've got someone boosted up next to window. They cleared out connector. So they know that they have all of that under their remit right now. But Boomich is about to have a fight here.
Oh, he needed to hit that, and he
Didn't
does.
even shoot.
Great shooting from Elige. And now they know that A, short is lost, and B, there is also a lot of unknown entities in middle. You don't have that info now, and it's a 2-2 split regardless. So this is good. It's just a question of execution now. Do they go A, or do they go B? Through middle.
Like, yeah, the connector split, and Stewie can go late window to clear out jungle for them here. So this is a very nice pincer onto the site.
That's the first frag from Flamey. Naf does reveal himself from Palace. Gonna need a bit more though from Flame Dogger. Fecto catching one. Quickly traded. Just the orbs. Just an orb now, Flamey. And he's running for the hills to try and save what little he can.
He didn't even consider trying to push it and deny the plant right there. Considering the amount of time left, if he dropped that bomb, there could have been a shot, but holding onto this AWP seems to be the #1 priority here as he backs off holding that shift key. But Stewie already has an idea that this save's coming through. You can see he's trying to lock him in towards the B bomb site. Flamey will just have to hang around this kitchen area, unawares of where the hunt could be coming through. The other 2 members, Twist and Naf, they don't want anything to do with this. They're just hanging out in case of a bit of a ninja defuse. 10 seconds left on that bomb now as the music sounds. Flamey will hold on to this AWP, and Na'Vi should be able to get another buy going without too many runs.
Oh.
Just around the corner.
So close.
Okay, so I think Na'Vi here will be able to get the buy going. Flamey can drop another AWP. Simple has enough money to drop some guns around as well. So this one here shouldn't be too many worries, but Liquid are the ones who have actually opted to take this time out. This will be their first time out here in map #1. And probably a great call, because if they're able to break Na'Vi here and stop them from saving some of these weapons, they could get quite the haul, quite the bag here in the first half. 7's fantastic. They get 8, they've won it. If they get close to those double digits, they're going to be smiling ear from ear going into the second half of play. But as soon as Na'Vi lose middle, it feels like they're not, well, their information plays, we've seen them a couple times, either aggressive palace or a ramp, but Liquid have found the gap, right? There's not too many players there for them to stop. They're coming through connector, they're able to punish through different avenues. And Na'Vi, with these reads or with the information that's being taken away from them, they're unable to get themselves in the right positions for what Liquid are throwing their direction. So we get back underway here. Top mid smoke again. Molotov to connector again. This is the same pattern being established by Liquid time and time.
Yeah, but Stewie's throwing in some spice. Oh. Look at that. Beheading. Public beheading on the B site. Stewie with the axe on his shoulder. He's backing away. Look what he's forced. He's forced 2 members of Na'Vi, Simple and Boomich, both into the B site to fill the void of Perfecto.
So this is the problem. Like, Na'Vi, sure, they've just had to use utility to take back B control. That all happened within the first 15 seconds of the round. So you can just see how hamstrung they are here. And Simple has to decide, well, do I gamble A? Yeah, or do I float towards B? What are the options here? And no matter what he does, I feel like with a minute left on the clock, Liquid with all this utility, if they just regather and they trade out efficiently, this should be yet another Liquid round. And it appears to be B. This is the right call.
Yeah, they let them come back, over-rotate, panic about the over-rotate, set back up, and now, again, it's just Boomich solo B. This is cool. Fake flash. Look at that. They're throwing it towards ramp. That's going to get them on their toes. 3 CTs on A, and Boomich is gone. Liquid are actually engineering a very well-coordinated T side here.
This is a save. There's nothing for Na'Vi to do, and they've already been locked in. So if Liquid spoke about this scenario within their timeout, they should start getting a move on here for this hunt. Naf's locked down towards that ramp position. That's exactly where Simple's waiting. They might just want to contain. They know they're up against 2 orbs yet again.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working. They seem to be winning the rounds against these guns. So maybe the priority isn't to chase and take these away just yet.
Let them keep them.
Oh, I don't think Twist is clear in this.
Oh, it's only the rifle though. They keep the orbs. As you said, I kind of like what the picture you're painting there. Just leave them with only the orbs, the things that you are having no issues playing around at this moment in time. It is perhaps the setup that you're comfortable executing against. The Na'Vi double orb setup is the one you've planned these strategies to exploit.
I think that's a big problem for Na'Vi right now, is the fact that they aren't finding too much success with these opening duels, because Liquid are able to either find the number advantage or take the space, right? If they're taking the mid control and you're not doing any damage or you're not finding a frag, then they can just whittle you down as the clock runs down. If you're not getting aggressive and finding a pick and even trading it out to find yourself in a 3-on-3, Liquid are just going, you know, Counter-Strike by the numbers here, ABC.
Oh, Simple doesn't miss those. Most of us do. Twist is gone. Great shot, just a momentary glimpse of him before he hid behind that smoke on the jump across. So, an early frag. Simple's found it in mid. Bomb's there, and so is the majority of Liquid. Naf set up for the Palace Alert. 3 members, the only other 3 remaining in round 14 are gathered towards Connector. It's Electronics' task, and lingering in the smoke. Do they flash off this?
This is going to nutmeg.
Timing. Just nutmegging him. Both. Oh, they're holding one side each. That's so cool. It's a trade at least. And now Alicia's made it even. A big frag onto one of the AWPs. They have to clear ramp, right? Naf's been asked to do so, and an important frag, but Simple's found one as well. AWP for the retake. Simple yet to have too much of a hero moment. Up against Liquid, the very same team he stepped over on his path to glory in Katowice. Smoke on the bomb. No kit.
Oh, this is painful.
Oh, nice control of the spray there from Liquid's newest addition. Pyramid's found it, and with the bomb ticking, Perfecto's run out of time, run out of hope. And 9 with an A plan and explosion. That makes it 9-5. Liquid have won the half and then some.
It just feels like if Liquid play these situations the way that they should, like once they, even though they lost a couple, like Simple got that AWP kill, and they found themselves in a 2-on-2 situation, regardless, with what Na'Vi had brought to the table in that round and the position advantage that Liquid had, just felt if they played Counter-Strike by the book there and didn't do anything silly, they were always going to win that one. So that's 9 now for Liquid, looking good for 10. Really looking good for 10, and Na'Vi's buy, it's hamstrung. You've got an AK for Perfecto, Simple on an M4, a Scout for Flamey, Famis for Boomich, an MP9 for Electronic. Utilities average. No kit. And this is where Na'Vi like to operate, but so far they haven't been able to chalk up too many rounds off the back of this. And there's another opening kill. Stewie finally brings out the T-side AWP. Boomich is immediately punished. And I love just these change-ups we've seen from Liquid.
Yeah, man. Loving that. Especially Stewie's actually had a couple. I'll check his opening duel statistics afterwards. But I can't help but feel it's been a while since he's actually been able to consistently crack into, you know, the signature Stewie way. The way he found Perfecto on B, the way he's just found that frag onto Boomich.
Yeah, I just feel like they've been given so much room in a lot of these default rounds. Like that opening pick, sure, that's not what I'm talking about. I just mean like when they're getting that mid control, the window smoke, the connector smoke, they're getting vent room control time and time again. Just being given so much room to work with, and they're punishing Na'Vi with it. And now back towards A. And again, it would be a fantastic call. There's only one player over towards A, and that's Electronic with an MP9. Yeah. He's not going to be able to defend with this.
It doesn't get better than this. Stewie's calling a great game. Well, I guess I'll wait here and hope they jump onto...
there's nothing happening on the executes. It's like, okay, well, they're dry running the execute, and some bullets are getting spammed through the smoke, and now they have to retake in a 4-on-5 disadvantage with no kit. Good luck.
Okay, no kit. Last round, they're going to go for it. Flooding in, 2 from CT. It's Electronic first. He's going to try and bait for Simple's M4.
There's not even enough time now. What are they doing?
What are they waiting for? It's like they're defending their KD now. Go, go, go. Good shots from Twist. Simple's on his way in, but wait, absolutely no time. He physically cannot win. He can get a kill, though.
Hey!
There you go. It's 10-5, Liquid, double digits, and they have justified this Mirage pick to many, including themselves and maybe even their coach. Let's see what the second half has in store.
Skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Baby, leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back.
Navi as a Counter-Strike team is really it's slightly different from the. But I mean, as I said earlier, Navi is among the favorites for me as well. But among all those favorites, I think this is the team that relies the most on players, on their players, such as Simple. But everybody knows that Navi has like two faces. So having Simple performing well is enough to take Navi to playoff. Definitely, they really give everything they have. And when that energy is turned into something positive, they are definitely probably one of the best team in the world, if not the best. So yeah, it's really up to Navi. You know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a really strong Navi for this event. And yeah, the Navi we saw, I played against on Katowice, for example, is definitely a Navi that can lift the trophy.
It's your bookend of the year Na'Vi Liquid series. We had one in Katowice, and now here in December, we're here for the Global Challenge. And Liquid, well, they are challenging Na'Vi. It is on Liquid's pick, and they put a lovely 10-round haul from their T side. Now, just talking to Chad in the halftime break, he seems to think Na'Vi no slouch on their T side. So, ooh, I love this. 2 CTs out the window, down into underpass, and they're about to have a duel, Chad.
Oh dear, they can't convert the first frag, but Elige does good onto Flamey, and he's getting pushed down. Perfecto now trying to trade out, spamming wildly Elige. They're both dropping back so low.
This is chaos. That is a really, I mean, it couldn't be worse, really.
Oh dear,
It couldn't have it worked out any worse. I mean, they got the kill.
Yeah, it was such a gamble as well from Liquid on this pistol. You can see on the radar in your top left, nobody went over towards B other than that underpass position. So that's left Grim with not too many choices. He's pushing for info. The rotation through CT spawn. It's all going to come down to timing here between Boomich and that of Grim's push. And Boomich has the utility. Electronics just called B clear.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So at least he can't fake it. His utility, he might try. And he's working actually really well. Yeah, it's worked perfectly.
All right, well, Liquid going to try and kill Boomich to hold on to their armor. What's the plan here? The bomb's gone down. The 40 seconds has started.
And that's the ruse. It's been rumbled. They've got so much, just sheer ground to cover, Chad. It's just they're so far away.
They're rotating now, and the bomb's already been down for close to 10 seconds.
I don't know if they got their bloody Nikes on. I don't think there's any way.
They're calling it off. They're already calling it off. There's just not enough time. Just the amount of time that they had to spend dealing with Boomich. The bomb goes down at the exact same time that he starts throwing that utility onto the site there. They finally finish him off. And at that point, it's like, well, there's so much to clear. What are we meant to do? So all in all, Na'Vi, they get away with just avoiding Team Liquid on the pistol round and find themselves their 6th round. Perfecto probably shouldn't push past the precipice of that doorway, and he won't. But now the cash money for Liquid with that saved Kevlar from a few of their players means their force spy situation should be bolstered, right? There's extra cash to splash. If Grim and Naf didn't take any damage to their armor, they can upgrade to head armor for basically free. You can see SMGs. Look at this CT side of buy. They just lost the pistol. They've got 2 UMPs, an MP9, and a couple of Deagles with some utility to boot. So you compare the two teams' buys right now. The only difference is the AK on Simple and that Galil on Electronic.
Yeah, let's see how long they last and what they can get up to with it. That's a gorgeous AK-47. And he's plying it towards Palace. Flamey's MP7 there for the ride as well. Doesn't look like Simple's interested, but just hoping and backing up if there was going to be any early Palace push from those CTs.
This is why I don't like Mirage, Alex.
What, this round right now?
Just how slow and arduous a lot of these rounds can be. Like, I know we can have that on a lot of maps, but I just feel like when we do Nuke, they're forcing rotations all the time. You know, when we do something like Dust 2, there's always seems to be more pace mix-ups.
Yeah.
On a map like Mirage, and
you got one pace of mix-up.
Yeah, Liquid gave us a little bit.
One. No, 2, excuse me, because it didn't work the first time.
Well, here we go. This is basically how Mirage plays out, Legendary. Get your mid control, you smoke window, you smoke connector, you clear it out.
And then what?
Well, and then you can decide where you want to go from here. So normally you want to keep a player in Electronics position to hear if there's any rotations. They're taking vent room control. Image goes down.
Simple reveals his AK, but that's the Galil gone. Okay, Simple's AK's doubled up. Keeps it competitive. They are into B. The bomb's going down. They have to try and battle back through kitchen. Simple's containing Elige. Great shooting, great positioning. I think that might spell trouble, spell the end. Let's Twist Deagle's feeling especially spicy. 5 kills to his name so far. Certainly hasn't been on tip-top shape.
Yeah, so they're calling it off.
And that's the cancel, yeah. If Twist could find himself a primary, there was nothing in window that I can recall.
There might be an SMG somewhere, but it looks like Simple's covering them off, and Perfecto might even spot this right now, so that UMP's called out. Oh, that's a nice shot.
Any more? Simple's got 16 HP. He might not want to take the risk. I say that. Who am I talking about? Just a single spray of the AK, and Twist doesn't want to re-peek with HP like that.
Flamey got the Galil there, so they made sure that Electronic didn't die in vain, and that's good because Na'Vi, sure, they get the round, but it was pretty costly. I know it was a force buy from Team Liquid here. They've been able to hold on to a Deagle and a UMP. Na'Vi will have to reinvest. They want to go for some more MAC-10s, or they want to bolster into AK-47s for the impending gun round. It looks like MAC-10s on 3 players. Boomich, Flamey, and Perfecto all into those, the usual candidates. And I would traditionally say we might see something faster, but I would say that these 3 are used to using those weapons on the normal gun rounds. So it's likely just to see this default spread as 2 towards top mid, 1 towards Palace, 1 towards the A ramp, and 1 dealing with the B push. So Na'Vi just fanned out across the map here to see if Liquid go for any gamble pushes, try to get away with overwhelming or grabbing some space for free. That UMP towards the balcony, it's met with 3 other players. You got Stewie towards connector, Liege, he's up close and personal as well. 1 player just over towards window. Oh dear, okay. Well, I think Alicia would think better of repicking into that one's heard those AK-47 bullets. Electronic into connector as well. They could just go for an A pincer again, but there's a lot of players for Na'Vi to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, got 4 of their 5 in the right place. Twist's Deagle, one of the most expensive weapons in play. Stewie's USP meets nothing. Naf, though, with the UMP spray connecting onto 1 of the 3. They continue to flood in, though. Na'Vi storm over Tetris into the site. And just Grim. I'm afraid, yeah, this one going to be cut short. And in fact, his life could be too. He's been found. Ooh, a warning shot hit. Takes 1 to the palm. Boomich still, though, plenty of chances to hit this long-range MAC-10. He's unarmored, so this is going to suck for Grim.
I just had to self-mute a sneeze. I don't know if it worked.
It did.
But I tried really hard.
I'm doing the same thing.
Oof, that was an interesting,
Took me a couple of
little
days.
experiment just there.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked.
Okay, so both teams in this map so far on their T sides grabbed that pistol round and then converted the next 2. So that's fantastic starts for their T halves, but this is where we see if Na'Vi are able to do to them what Liquid did, right? So Liquid were quite passive on their start to these rounds. It was more default spreads, grabbing that map territory, simple straight onto the AWP. And that's something we didn't see come out from Liquid in the early stages whatsoever. Top mid smoke, molly towards connector. Feigning this mid control yet again. There's no presence over towards A at this juncture. Electronic very fast, very noisy through that underpass position.
Ooh. CT nade, almost indicative that the call's been made. Oh, Perfecto, he's so flashed, but he still runs. He's just holding W, well spotted. Grim gets 1. Stewie trying to respond, but he's been caught by Boomich's flank. This is great from Na'Vi. Into the side, there's 1 more test, and Elige overwhelmed. Double frag from Flamey, and Na'Vi planting into B. Already Boomich hunting for the remaining 2. They have to save their weapons. They've just weathered already 1 eco. A save, and now another.
Yeah, it's the same scenes, right? There was not very much information early. Na'Vi had shown all that mid presence and then exploding onto that B bomb site. Using the weapons that they had to their advantage there just to make space. Perfecto going down, you can see how much space he had made though for his teammates to come out. Didn't die to Van, didn't die to the balcony position. Means they can come out just with their eyes more focused towards bench and the site. And right now, Boomich is having a little bit of a look in, but with X-Ray, we can see that both of these last 2 players, Naf and Twists, are up in the apartments position, and there's no way Na'Vi's getting close enough to rip these guns away. Bomb will go off. Max loss bonus will come through. Boomich will get close, but no cigar. Didn't want to tickle around that corner right there. So Liquid have a couple of options here. Naf could drop a rifle, so could Twists. And then you could get Grim here who could purchase him with a FAMAS. So they could make a buy work. As I say that, Twist has just bought himself some nades. And it looks like it's just going to be a partial investment from the 3 from the grave. So Grim, Stewie, and Elige into a CZ and a couple of Deagles.
Okay, I mean, these rounds, they just need 1 successful opening duel and things get awkward for the T side. Weapons can be recovered, and I think Simple's been spotted on the jump across.
Oh,
well evaded.
What's the hang time there from Naf, I thought. That jump must have felt like he was in the air forever. So he gets away. But these Deagles and pistols, maybe there'll be more risks taken for the likes of Stewie, Elige, and Grim, and that could be what they need in a round like this, just to kind of destabilize Na'Vi.
Electronics ever ready. He hears the step, he readies himself. Oh, spotted. And frags 1. Good trade, that was important from Elige. Recovers a weapon, there's 2 now in Palace. He might want to throw 1 out. But he's also got to be cautious of Connector.
Boomich just got hit for free.
Yeah, good point. The bomb's still T-spawn. Na'Vi have the ability to go either way.
Yeah, and they have an affinity for ending very late round, and ending
he's got
very
that
poorly.
grit now. Come on now, come on. He's got it. They've got 45 seconds. It's a B call. They're not going to run out of time once in this game, I promise.
Oh, you still?
Yeah, I spoke to the Navi manager. He said it's cool.
Okay, all right. We'll let everyone at home know that that's the case as the smokes now rain on towards the B site, but there's still 2 to get past here.
In they go with loads of time to spare. Oh dear, maybe not players to spare. Okay, gets traded. Boomich up short, needed that from Stewie. 2 to the belly button, Boomich gone. Bomb on the back of Flamey. He's in the sight, and that's a shot. That's great from Stu. 1 more required, and he hits it as well. Stewie 3K, and he puts the 11th on the board for Liquid.
Okay, there were a couple of lovely shots there from Stewie just to punish that in Na'Vi, and going into the bomb site in that fashion, those pistols, pesky bloody pistols.
That shot into Simple really made that round so much easier. Pulls it out. He's even quick switching like it's the olden days.
And it all started with that push, right? You can see that push into the B apartments. Electronic gets 1, but they pick up the rifle. They know they've lost that space. Na'Vi are forced over towards the B site, and Liquid get their 11th, their first round here. That's a tag from Naf through the wall. Yeah, he's the bloody wallbang specialist, this guy.
What's going on? He's got something hidden in that magnificent quiff of his.
They've got that mid-control very quick here, Na'Vi, as Naf's had to reposition. They've actually got 3 players over towards the A site, 1 in limbo towards window and 1 over towards B just to defend solo at this juncture with the double AWP. So Stewie has that early warning system. Oh, that's the smoke's gone a bit awry there. Skew if towards connector means there will be a gap. Boomich would have just spotted that and called that out.
Now they'll have to re-smoke connector if they want to cross safely. Or a flash will work just as well. Look at that, they just use it on the flash. And now Stewie's getting pressure. This is so quick, so coordinated. And Simple's even fragged someone on A. Catches twists, and that's just the save call insta.
Cruel Mistress here, the bounce back immediately from Na'Vi, and it is the affinity for the B bomb site. So they've had a couple of rounds where they wanted to finish over here. Previously, it didn't work out against those pistols, but this time, able to find the path of least resistance. And I think they will just let Liquid hold on to these guns. They haven't built a bank just yet, Na'Vi, so chasing, it wouldn't be advised. You don't want to give up all those invested goodies, especially the AWP on Simple. Now, I'm not sure if Liquid wanted the double AWP setup or if it's just a case of what they picked up because of their victory in the round prior. But regardless, that's what they rocked with just there in round number 21, and it didn't land for them here. So I'm not sure if that'll be the key to their game plan going forward. Bomb goes off. Na'Vi now, they're in the double digits. 11 to 10, Team Liquid's favor, their map choice. And as we stare down the barrel of round number 22, Liquid, due to that pistol buy victory, with those saved guns, can buy up yet again. So as this purchase is coming through, it will be 4 rifles and the AWP in Naf's hands. Na'Vi went for a much quicker mid-control there, so they've had a couple of different looks in the early stages here. How will Liquid respond? Do they want to go for something a bit more mid-control heavy? It looks like it. 3 players jumping into the window room.
Oh, this is a shot, or at least a chance for Simple, holding the cross, and Twist gives it to him. Strafes across, and now look how fast they change their plans. The opening frag from the T-sided AWP, and already...
Straight to B again.
Straight to B. Who is it to receive them? It will be none other than Grim. Naf's there alongside. And Easy was almost looking like he's about to set up for a A-side hold. So this gets really weird.
Trying to rejig their rotation.
Naf's going to head over back as there's more utility exchanged on B. But even Na'Vi are changing it, yeah.
Okay, so they're just trying to play the rotations right here. So they're just dragging Liquid across the map, just like it feels for us. We don't know what's going on. Neither do Liquid. They're in the dark. Sure, you spot some mid-info. Utility comes B. Naf's in transition. He ends up on that B bomb site. And now Stewie doing his best to delay. Did that smoke miss, Rush?
It looked like it did. Or at least the trail didn't make sense.
Yeah, I think that landed in sandwich. So that's not where he wanted it to go whatsoever.
Unless maybe they're going to have to spray it. Oh, awkward fight. Okay, Alicia's gone down. And now the 5v3. This gets so impossible if Stewie goes down to the Palace player. It is Flamey. You can hear the scoping. He will be hunted. And now there's the jump across. He can't finish Simple. It's another frag, just the 2 of them. Naf has to find at least 1 on the plant. Fires off a shot. Grim tries to swing to deny, but nothing. A second flash and trying to retreat.
Another save call. They might get cut off at the pass here, though. Look at this. Na'Vi more active on this hunt. Boomich is going to peek on out. Oh, he's just going to wallbang. He doesn't want to get stuck into that fight. Simple's here to back things up. A smoke to passively get them away. And Simple wants to say something about these wallbangs he's seen Naf been pulling off. Tags him down to 30. But Perfecto, this could be punishing. Look how quick they are. Na'Vi really want these guns.
They really, really want them, Grim. Passes his test. Couple of shots hit. One more to be found, and nearly. It's Perfecto. Goes down to Naf's AWP. Simple's on the hunt with his 4 HP. He really wants to deny this. Naf's got cash, though. Simple pushes at the final hurdle and recovers his AWP.
Well, that hasn't completely bankrupted Liquid here. You bang on. Naf does have a lot of cash. He's been saving quite a lot here. Has 8,000 left over. Alicia's already bought into an AUG, so this will be yet another gun round from Liquid here, but they're going to take a timeout just to discuss their approach here on this CT side, because like they were doing in the first half, Na'Vi are showing a lot of looks. It was 10-5 on the half T side for Liquid. They came into this one here losing the pistol round, and that's really where the story has started for Na'Vi. They're looking much better here on the T half. Didn't seem to know how to respond on their CT side, but the same for Liquid. As I'm not sure if they want to go a little bit more aggressive as a pack somewhere and try and trade this one out to find themselves in a 3-on-3 in a mid round, because a lot of these situations are bomb goes down and then you either have a choice to go for one of these retakes or you're just locked out with the save initially. So maybe they want to take the fight to Na'Vi. Neither team really being able to get back in with the retake scenarios. And now as the scoreline has hit 11-11 and we hit the business end here on map number 1, Liquid have to start going for a couple of them. They can't continue to save. All right, well, here's a bit of a change up. This time it's 2 over towards Catwalk. It's going to be Elige and Stu getting into that vent room. So they are showing a different look. This gives them the chance to be a little bit more versatile and more awkward angles to clear over towards mid. Stewie can peer through the vent down towards below window. Elige can swing out Cat. They're able to pincer for late connector plays. And look who's coming up underpass, Electronic and Perfecto.
Well, they're smoked off now. Molly's short. Both of them completely unaffected by this util and able to challenge connector, perhaps with an element of surprise. They're already flooding in a dink. It's not enough. Twist has gone down with only the damage inflicted. Oh, good.
Oh, he's got a double.
He gets both a collateral through the body of Simple. He finds Electronic. What a brilliant pairing. 40 seconds.
And this is the 3v3 I was talking about. The bomb's yet to go down.
And it looks like a shot's been hit. Yeah, Naf tags up Boomich, trying to finish the job with the flames. Perfecto in support. Bomb! Oh, he actually gets him with the incendiary. Naf. Lovely stuff. The game goes on, though. 2 from CT. A flash is perfect. Grim's thrown out 1. A second for Perfecto's execution. He turns it nicely. If he could just tap Naf. 15 seconds and a smoke does get picked up. He can fake it. 10 seconds. Trying to find a one single frag to make this more manageable. Shots into the smoke. He's low, but he does get away with it. Perfecto at least gets his team to plant. And now a frag. Grim. No! Grim executed Perfecto. 4 kills in the round. But it's a 1v2. And it puts the 12th on the board for Na'Vi. This is so cheeky. HP Perfecto in the chat from Elige. He wants to know, because he's denied the odds. It was such a great round from Elige. I can't blame him for wanting to know how dastardly that one was. 18 HP as he finds Naf on the swing out. And then Grim just put to bed, tucked in tightly.
Yikes. Yeah, that one right there. I can't believe Perfecto pulled that one off. You could see him trying to get a little bit tricky around the smoke, still gets it down and still hits 2 absolute bangers. And, well, that's going to force the timeout from the Na'Vi side. Yeah, that was great stuff. Now, that Molotov that killed Boomich, I think Naf actually wanted to throw that on the firebox, the triple box there, so it would melt and he couldn't plant there. But it's gone deeper and Boomich has actually run back into the flames regardless. So a little bit of errors from both players just there, but all in all, Na'Vi, they've taken themselves the lead in this game. I think this is for the first time. So with the scoreline now 12-11 in favor of Na'Vi, Liquid are going to string together a buy. Naf back onto the AWP. Famas for Stewie. No kits for them this time round. And utility, it's very skimp. There's only 1 Molotov to work with. Na'Vi are in the driver's seat of this game right here, right now. Ooh, Flamey's heard this.
Yeah, he's already executed one.
Oh,
Wow.
Flamey.
Takes a leaf straight out of Perfecto's book with the precision. 2 members of Liquid charging into Palace and both just knocked on their ass. Elige up mid. He does have to take a chance.
Might get 2 here. There's a chance if he swings on this and Simple's not looking.
There's a third of them. There's a third. What a shot! He gets 2! Looking for the transfer into a third, but damage inflicted and round now possible if Grim could just find Electronic, and he has. We are into a 2v2, and they have dug themselves out of an early double casualty.
Okay, Flamey and Perfecto. Flamey started this round off hot. Perfecto finished the last round hot. So both of them, we know that they're on point with the shots and they're still working with a bucket load of utility. Right now, we've got Naf over towards CT spawn playing retake. Grim just patrolling that B bomb site.
Ooh, man, Naf's going to have a real challenge here. What have they got util-wise? Everything. Everything they could possibly desire. And if they go for this, round the world into B, that's
a cheeky maneuver.
Very cheeky maneuver. Not to be. Smoke connector. Flamey crossing in. He'll be able to plant. Uncontested. Naf hasn't got his scope pressed, so he's going to have to make a sound cue for that now, and Grim's doing the same as he charges. Makes the step sound like he's going CT, and, well, is going to commit to it.
If they go for this and lose, it's only 3,400 in the bank balance for Liquid.
He knows where Flamey is. He's called it, and Grim can find it. Now Perfecto. 2 clutches in a row. Is that too tall of an order? Oh, what a shot. Naf's gone. Grim's not got a kit. And he's gone down as well. Perfecto. A quad kill and a triple kill. Back to back. 2 clutches. 13 found. Na'Vi have found a gem.
If you're looking for impact, there's some right there. I remember earlier in the year, we were talking about Perfecto stats in terms of 1vx situations. He always seems pretty handy in a one-on-one scenario here, but 2 back-to-back 1v2s, and that set Na'Vi up. I said they were already in the driver's seat. Well, look at this. The buy from Liquid going into the next round. It's just these pistols. The max loss bonus is not enough for the CTs to get a buy.
That's going to be a heartbreaker specifically for Elige. He's had 2 of his best rounds, and both have been clutched out by Perfecto.
You're right. Oh, no. All right. Well, Liquid, this is their map choice. We move on to Nukers, the next one. This one's not over yet, but it's looking good for round 14 for Na'Vi here. They just need to make sure they use their utility efficiently and trade out onto a bomb site, and they should be getting in. They have the firepower and the utility advantage in this one, and now the number advantages. Boomich from the vent room takes down Naf. Grim's going to be looking for some space, but all in all, Na'Vi can really just put the brakes on here.
Is he going to get it again? God, they're very thorough. This aggression from Liquid, very, very troublesome.
I don't think they know Grim's gotten here. He's found the one gap that was left open.
And it's converted a frag, but I'm concerned. Simple's holding it and doesn't miss. 21 frags for him so far here on Mirage. He started quite quietly, actually, on the CT side. And now Stewie just banged. That's 2 from Simple in the round, and it's 14 for Na'Vi. They keep 4 alive. They've got a swelling cash stack. And we'll be seeing the double orbs pulled out. Liquid hit the panic button.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Those rounds, the ones that have been closer, at least for Liquid here in this second half, has been when they've been able to find a couple of those opening kills, or Elige's got those multi-kills, right? It's hard to replicate that. The double orbs mean that Na'Vi will need to make sure that as they're entering bomb sites, their utility needs to be on point. They can't just take these lackadaisical picks, but it means that Naf and Stewie need to find some impact. Naf's already been mollied back. The smoke will dispel that. Flame's just walking out on A right here. This is a risk.
He's got a nice elevated angle, and he does find the frag. Expecting something fast, he actually dropped his own smoke. Now Stewie, what a shot! Bloody hell, a wrist breaker from Stewie 2K.
Okay, 2-on-4 situation. Perfecto's been spotted. They know where Simple was about 10 seconds ago, and re-picking in. Naf will take down Perfecto, and it's just Simple. He would need to get the ace in a 1-on-4 situation here. I don't even know if he's going to be ready for Stewie. Of course he is. Simple gets the first.
Oh, I remember a particular round against a particular team known as Liquid, when Simple made myself and Henry unbelievably loud and obnoxious. He'd have to do it again. They can hear him. That's courtesy of Grim, conveying the information, preparing for what will be a retake if they don't contest the plant itself. Simple's
There's
got
so much room.
so much room. It's making him uncomfortable how much room he has.
Oh, he just missed the jump onto Grim.
Yeah, just as Grim was advancing, now he can kill him. And Simple silenced. That's the 12th. Delivered. And every member of Liquid finding a way to contribute there. Stewie with a real wrist breaker shot. I'm sure we'll get that one on the replay. Let's see how much he actually saw. Just there. It was just on the edge of his circle. He sees, look. That.
Oh, the leg. Wow. Just coming out of the side of the box. Great reactions
great
there
replay as well. Shout out to the production team. Okay.
Well, the double AWPs are still in play here. Grim was able to scavenge that second, so Naf and Stewie are still holding on to those, but the economy right now is on a knife's edge for Liquid. Na'Vi have been whittled down as well. They're operating with very little going forward, and the loss bonus is actually in the favor of Liquid if they were to lose a round, but there's Simple again. He's found another opening.
He's not quite got enough of a gap to punish there. They're throwing util B. Is this all smoke and mirrors? Na'Vi and their mind games again? Elish is asking the same question. He hears nothing. And no other members of Liquid have had to scurry to support. 3 return to top of middle, 2 opt for the underpass avenue. So it will be mid-control for Na'Vi. That's what they're in pursuit of here. Oh, and a tag. It's Naf's AWP. And Stewie's there too. Catches Boomich's swing. The molly's perfect. Electronic's going to have to retreat. Back into your hidey hole, boy. 4v4, 60 seconds. Bomb top of middle. And it's on Simple, so he's going to have to be the decision maker as to where that bomb goes. Obviously, the decision can be made from anyone, but it's Simple that has to navigate that explosive device. He's got 45 seconds, and he's miles away from either bomb site.
Oh, this is where those type of Na'Vi-esque rounds really come into play.
When Simple doesn't want to lose his weapon, and he's got the bomb on his back.
The thing is, right now, if they just decided as a team, let's just save and we'll have a crack again next round, our loss bonus is so low, then sure, but we know what's going to happen. They're going to limp in one at a time. And there's the first.
Simple's gone. Now they kind of have to commit 20 seconds, because otherwise it's just weird. They're into the site. They've got 15 seconds. Oh, it's an RV special. The bomb's not in the site yet. It's coming now. Oh, Electronic's got the frag on. They win him sometimes, and he has got a chance. They can't contest it. Nav spots 1. That's good info. And Twist, his partner in crime for this. Surely not a crime against Counter-Strike. Are Na'Vi going to get away with this? Just mid-rounding their way back into the B site. That's the frag. One more to find. Oh! And it's now no scope. They secure it with more hijinks on the AWP. Liquid go again. Mirage isn't done. This is their map pick, and they're starting to find some CT rounds. That is 2 in consecutive fashion. We haven't seen that before this half.
And consider the fact here as well that the money situation for both teams would have been dire going forward. Right. You've got right now, Na'Vi were only operating with what I believe was the 1900 loss bonus coming into this round of play. So you can see with that plant, most of their players are operating just below that 3K mark, and they've had to call a timeout. They can allow, Liquid to get back to 14 by going for a partial by here, maybe upgrading a couple of pistols, knowing you're getting the 2400 in the next round. You want to leave yourself roughly 2K in the bank balance to make this happen. But all in all, this is a big decision for Na'Vi here, because if they don't go for the buy and they allow Liquid to get another gun round on the board, then they're going to have built, and cleanly, mind you, then they're going to have enough bank to play out the rest of this half. So at 14-13, going into round number 28, this is a good time to get Blade on the mic, just to advise what the best decision economically and to give them the most chances to close this game would be, because Na'Vi, they've really bounced back in this second half. They've maintained a bit of a lead here for the last few rounds, and they've been the ones taking it to Liquid, but the adjustments from Liquid finding these opening picks, the rounds getting into more mid-round scenarios where it's not just a 5-on-2 on a bomb site, has been showing some more exciting CS, and it will just be these light pistol upgrades. 4 Deagles, 1 P250. Electronics left them enough money to drop an AWP for Simple if they wish in the next.
Okay, well, it's a barrage of util. They really don't want anyone going for anything early ramp, and Flamey has got Palace. I think he just made a step. Elish might be able to convey that information. Yep, certainly has now. Oh, great shot. Flamey catches Twist just as the ramp smoke blooms.
That's a great start. They can really work with this. I always talk about that magic number of 3. Now, they didn't come in with a lot here, but they're able to take away another 2 Liquid members. Oh my god, that was on a knife's edge. Naf takes down Flamey, and it levels this one up. So everything I was about to say goes out the window. Liquid are back in control of this round. If Navi can score a plant or something, Alex, that's maybe the best thing they're looking at here. Oh, the timing on this.
Still, we could win the round right there. As I say that, Perfecto has got a great shot off. Bomb is theirs, though, and Stewie dropping a deep smoke to stop it. Oh, no, Naf. He's been caught out by Electronics P250.
They know where both the CTs are.
And Electronics picked up an AWP. He is spotted and executed. Big frag from Stewie. He knows the bomb's being hunted, and now he's got the jiggle spotted, missing his shot. Perfecto, he's already hit 1 banger. 2 more required, 20 seconds. It's unlikely he can get to into the site, and Stewie confirms it. Liquid making a game out of it in the closing stages of this half. That's 3 in a row, 4 total for their defense. If they could just close this gap, they will have to weather the storm. Another Na'Vi, though. Every AK, bell, whistle, and AWP for Simple. 25 frags for him so far.
Well, if you take a look here, I think that the AWPs from Liquid have had an impact in almost every single one of these rounds that they've been able to put on the board. The last 3 in a row, it feels like the AWPs have been instrumental. So that mix-up, that double AWP change that they've opted for here late in map number 1, it's showing and bearing fruit. And again, postured forward is Stewie. Oh, and there's another opening.
Another AWP fills the feed for Liquid. Oh, chance here. Naf doesn't take any chances with Simple.
Bullet through the corner of the wall, of course, in true Naf style. It's yeah, this is not the start Na'Vi were looking for. 14-14. Boomich is down, the in-game leader out of the round, and they don't even have a lot of map territory here. They haven't taken connector control. They haven't forced Stewie back out of the vent room, and there's just over a minute left on the clock. Oh, and he's even spotted Simple dropping down.
Take those. That's info. Bomb's still top of middle. Na'Vi, they could get really rotted here for time if Liquid don't give them anything with this info. 50 seconds. Bomb still top mid. Looks like the responsibility will be given to Perfecto. He's scooping that up after his sweep through B. I'm getting a bit apprehensive here.
Oh, man. I just want to press the big red button and just say save Na'Vi and try again for overtime, because this here is just going to be 1 at a time unless Electronic and Simple pop off through connector here.
Util. Bomb's coming A. Okay, it's wrapping from ramp, I mean. That's a perfect good flash. And Twist is getting scared. She shots, finally hits Flamey. Needs another. He hears Electronic on benches. 25 seconds. Ramp. Nades. They really want him. He gets caught out. It's a 3v3. Naf under pressure and scrutiny. Molly could finish Simple off as it spreads. It's a good dink. It's not enough. Another tag. Stewie's hitting shots, but Simple's done 2. Naf does burn Simple from the grave. Bombs down. It's a 1v1. Stewie for his first clutch. Or will it be Perfecto's 3rd? Crucial moment of the game. Keeping the AWP out. Drops down. Makes the sound cue. Starting to piece this together. Oh, he's been spotted and hunted. Perfecto charges at him and gets the 15th for Na'Vi. They are thanking their lucky stars they picked this boy up. He is saving them. Multiple occasions.
That's 3 now. 3 crucial clutches for Perfecto here, just in the second half alone. And that, it's not just the ramifications that is round 15 on the board for Na'Vi. It's the fact that Liquid, they're bankrupt. They have to force by going into this last round of play. And it was another labored situation where Liquid were able to pick up that opening frag, and then just with the clock, Na'Vi whittle this down. Somehow are able to get onto that side. Man. Somehow. Look at this, Alex. A Scout, a Famus, CZ for Stewie, Snapping Turtle for Twist. We got the Deagler in the hands of Elige. They've got 5 smokes. Naf's even invested into a defuse kit here. It's definitely not the type of buy you want to be throwing into the final round of play, but the same thing can be said for Na'Vi. They were able to save that AWP. Electronics bought into the AK. Perfecto can go AK and head armor. Boomich might want to go for a Mac 10 here. He's actually even opted for a Tech 9, so both teams with a scrappy buy. And they've actually called a Tech here. Looks like we have a little bit of an issue. But as we were just leaving spawn, this will be no dramas. Oh dear, this is quite the build-up for the final round of play, isn't it?
Can you believe it? We're ready. Okay, so Perfecto is just a little late out of spawn. I think he may have just been having a tech issue of his own. but they'll get their rebuys and we will get this one back underway. So it is an AWP for Simple.
There's been a couple of little changes here. So Stewie's into the UMP. I think there's Galil's in play instead. Boomich has actually been dropped that one across. So regardless, the buys are still pretty scrappy.
All right,
here we go.
Final round of Liquid's pick. Perfecto has given Na'Vi a chance to throw a knockout blow to the North American squads. Final round of regulation. And Stewie, I like what he's going for there. The moves are evasive, but it gets some information, at least that there's some members of Na'Vi gathering back apps. It's just the default, though.
Yeah, very quiet stuff here. So in rounds like this, normally, you know, the coach, the in-game leader chipping in with, hey, boys, they have to take a risk. They got nothing here. Expect the pushes, expect some aggression. And so far, Liquid have been pretty tempered here. Na'Vi just going through the paces, their default spread. One watching B, one watching A, 3 towards middle, and they're even going for this window boost. Alicia's using the light. So if they walk through the smoke, that light will dissipate. Old Alicia can spam that deagle, 2 bullets to the belly and get a freebie, but the smoke's gone. He has to drop on back, and Na'Vi have done a great job of getting mid-control here without giving away too many sound cues. Liquid have to be worried about everything right now.
And as the B smoke arrives, they'll throw out one of their own. That's really good timing from Grim Smoke. They haven't got much util, but it's enough to keep them at bay. Stewie's pushed up on it. He wants to punish that smoke. But now Na'Vi pivot and Liquid are over-rotating. Naf's figured it out. He's only got a scout for this as they start to wrap back in towards A. Twists only on 5-7. This is a perfect call from Na'Vi with 20 seconds left. Boomich low.
He's going to push.
Twist needs to hit the shot. Simple has, though. Oh, a tag. One more. Doesn't get it. Bombs down. And now it spells real trouble for Liquid. Stewie finding one. A big frag. Recovering an AWP as well. Oh, my God. Where did they come from? Everyone's just hit their shots. Stewie does get found. A second for Electronic. He's making it difficult. Alicia's deagle works. They have a kit on Naf now. In fact, he's on it. He's holding it. And they get it. Liquid have taken us to overtime. Against all odds. I don't quite believe it. It looks dead set. It's almost set in stone. We're going to overtime. We'll be right back.
We were caught in the fire. Our faith was left out in the open. Saw the fear in your eyes as we move through the dust. Nights turn into days, one by another. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Fighting as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise. Everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die. At the end of the line, the trust in our hearts beating louder. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Fighting as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise. Everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die.
it's pretty hard to say. I think Liquid will always be a team that can surprise, that can win games definitely. But I don't see them doing necessarily like super good. I hope I'm wrong. I will be surprisingly. It will be surprisingly good to see. But yeah, I think it was mostly tough for them to because they had to play the world here in NA, and the NA scene is known for struggling right now. I hope they're holding up to it, by the way, and full support for them. So yeah, it's definitely the hardest thing for me to judge.
Well, it seems Na'Vi Liquid plays on. We weren't quite sure how to piece that one together. We just had Yanko come in and try and explain it to us. The final round, Liquid find the frags and retake the site. We go again. It's time for overtime. Here on Mirage. And Naps flirting with some AWP aggression straight into middle. Just tucking in.
Economy's no longer a problem here. 16k, so the double AWPs can be retained for Team Liquid, and that was one of the keys to their success to get back into this game. So Stewie and Naf immediately rocking those. I thought we might have seen like a little bit quicker coming out of Na'Vi, knowing the double AWP setup was very likely. You know, more of an A set piece or an early B piece, being really overwhelming for these AWPs to deal with. But they're just opting for the same default spread. So mid control, while they have their caretakers over towards A and B, Stewie's even getting inquisitive now towards middle. So in transition, I like this change from Liquid. Not as passive.
Oh, we find a gap.
Very bad
not
molly.
deep. Now they throw another. Not only the cost of another incendiary, but it's another Na'Vi player gone. Boomich, in fact, the first. It is going to be Perfecto advancing upstairs, though. Naf has the info. Oh, spots another electronic on the left side. I'm not sure if he's ready for this. Elevated, good shot. Perfecto equalizes this A-Rap. We haven't seen this before from Na'Vi. It's working wonders. Elige under so much pressure, he does well to find one. And there is a bit of a dank flank being spun. Grim trying to flank through. And Flamey's in Palace. And Grim can get them both. This is great fragging. He's caught electronic. Stewie, smoke simple off. Great smoke, but is he going to assume it won't be pushed? You know what happens when you assume? Makes an ass out of you and me. It's fading. Stewie gives it a cursory glance. The smoke will fade before they can defuse. Now they've spotted one, and it's each of them finding their necessary frag. 16, the first round of overtime found. And of course, as you highlighted, money less of an issue in our MR316K.
Yeah, and let's just take a look at the scores on the doors here. We obviously haven't had a frag come in this round from the likes of Boomich or Twist, both having a strugglesome time out here on Mirage. Only 9 kills for Twists. We've got 12 there for Boomich. If they can step it up at all, that might be the difference maker for their team here in the overtime. And GG.bet odds are still favoring Na'Vi in this one. A little bit more aggressive from Liquid now. Elige down in towards the underpass. Orpa overseeing middle as well, using that smoke as a bit of a one-way. Elige might swing on this if they spam this smoke. Oh, is he going to get spotted?
Quick trade. Perfecto's there. Right behind Electronic. Doesn't let his death go unannounced or untraded. Now, Twists, as you highlighted, has been quiet, and he has got responsibility of that A site. It's Stewie that's got more likely to find contact though, as Flamey once again doing his usual Palace lurking antics. Some pins pulled in middle. Stewie's so vulnerable to Flamey's peak, he can take him whenever he wants.
There's still a minute on the clock, right? And the bomb is hanging around middle. They're boosting Boomich up towards this window position. Grim doesn't know whether to cross on over and help out the A defenders or still hang around towards this kitchen position to stay with Naf. But we can see that it looks like the bomb on the back of Simple will be heading over towards A, and that is where Twist, the man that we mentioned who's been having a hard time, is defending. He needs to get one kill here. He needs to slow the flood onto the A bomb site. He cannot go down without a frag.
We've got a lovely pop flash for this, so if he's just staring at it, this is going to be a very blind Twist and a very loud Perfecto. So blind. just executed. Perfecto finds another good, important frag from Stewie. He can focus on a second, and he does take down Flamey. Pressure from every angle. Needs another. Confirms he's crossed towards the stairs, and he hits the shots as well. It's a great round from Stu. And they just don't have the time. Simple's gobbled up a flashbang. A blind no-scope, and it's 4 kills from Stewie 2K on the AWP. Fist bumps exchanged. They're back on the board.
Big round there from Stewie. You could see him just transitioning towards the site there. A bit of a gamble from Liquid. They were playing with no information whatsoever. It came down to hitting their shots. And 4 big ones from Stewie. As we're tied up again, 16-16. Looks like no one can really separate one from the other here today. Simple closing in on the 30, 28 kills for him. On the other side, I believe Stewie was on 27. Could be a little bit more direct from Na'Vi here on the final round of the first half of overtime. They have 4 players up in towards the B apartments, just 1 over towards middle right now. So if they want to set up for a pounce, their flashes are good. Stewie's going to get overwhelmed here. He'll need to do some of that magic again.
The wiggle works. Stewie gets it. Is he really going to go for more? He goes for the jump no scope. What is this? You're not Cold Zera. Simple's walking into the site. Nav finds one before he's turned on, and it's only a Liege. He lets him know where he's coming from, and it's just a slow peek from Simple. A missed shot. Bearing down. And a dink is not enough. So, 17-16 on the half of our first overtime of our first map of our 3rd series here.
19's the magic number for those of you playing at home. If we go 18-18, we do it all again. This is MR316K. And Stewie might be regretting going for a very flashy play right there. He did a great job to find that opening kill. Obviously, feeling he was going to be overwhelmed, went for a risk and it didn't pay off. But let's get this second half underway, as it will be double orbs for Na'Vi as well. Flamey, the buys are almost mirrored right here. Electronic onto that AUG. And Liquid are using the run boost here to get mid control. And speaking of boost, there's another one now on the B bomb site. Simple's hit his 30, that's 32. Who's below Simple right now? Rushley? Perfecto, okay. They've lost mid-control. Looks like they want to go for a bit of a fight. So in transition here, Na'Vi, they're not staying static on the CT side, being quite dynamic. The boost up over here towards this short position. This might catch Stewie off guard. Flashes over. Now he's ready. Oh, and Simple goes
down. He knows he was boosted. He wants the second. Molly is not deep enough unless... Legion hold it. That's safe enough. Twist, though, with his knife out. He's really not having the read of things. Electronic anticipating this hunt. Elysian Electronic, quite the standoff here. Pulls the trigger and wins the duel with just 10 HP to spare. Recovers Simple's AWP.
They're coming for Perfecto.
They want him. They want his sight. They want that 17th round. And now he's burning. He's flashed. And he's got no chance, no hope. Grim takes it from him. Bomb, though, is loose. Naf recovers. Needs to plant it. Where did that frag come from? Alicia's gone down. He was low. Now short's a threat. Gathering in kitchen, both of them. They partner up.
Oh, they spotted that. They know he's bench.
He holds the angle for Boomic's push. There's no util, but it's a good frag from Boomich. Naf has to come in clutch. He can do so when it matters, and a very quick scope onto Flamey's noggin. One more required. He's just dancing with Boomich and not quite gonna hit the mark. It's Boomic's triple kill and defuse that gives Na'Vi 18.
One more for Na'Vi now. This is so up map number 1. It's been quite the battle. It was 10-5 in the first half to Liquid. They had a great T half. Na'Vi were very passive on their CT side, and then we mirrored things as we switched on over. But now Na'Vi, 1 round away from closing this. Liquid need to hold on if they want to keep their hopes and dreams alive here on their own map choice. Stewie's into that AWP, and you can see Electronic getting fired up. The high fives coming out. Deep mid smoke here from Simple. He's going to try and lock out any early mid aggression. Taking a bit of a different face here. Stewie boosted up for an opening pick, and Boomich runs past it. He even gets the kill. Alicia's down.
Boomich is just so cheeky sometimes. The way he finds those opening jewels. Down goes Stewie. Flamey finds it nice and easy, and that practically seals the deal. What have you got left, Liquid? So much hard work. And now it's been taken from you. One nade, one frag at a time. This is their map pick, and now staring into the abyss. 2.5 players remaining.
Oh, was that a gap? Did Flamey have a tiny gap there to work with? Either way, Liquid are working with very little here. There's a minute on the clock. They're out of the majority of their utility. It's just one smoke on Twist, a couple of Molotovs. They're going to pounce through this, Alex. It's going to be the A finish.
Taking jungle. 45. A CT smoke says no.
Oh.
Nav has found electronic, so what was a 3v5 becomes just a tad bit more of a conversation. Twist into the site, loudly. Flamey's holding. Twist spots him with the jump. Boomage fragged. Flamey finds one back. Maybe Liquid have got 20 seconds and they're all counting on Naflight. It looks like it's Na'Vi's and Perfecto. He seals the deal. Na'Vi take it in overtime. Liquid's map.